Hello, hello. Maybe 3 times is a charm. Okay. Welcome to Bird's Nest Designs. If you've been trying to get on to watch me live, you may feel the frustration as do I. But here we are. I've got technology working. I hope that some of you will come back and find me. If not, the replay will be available and you can watch it anytime. So welcome to Bird's Nest Designs. My name is Denise Cox and I'm so excited to be here for my very first Technique Thursday. I will be doing these technique videos the first Thursday of every month going forward. So join me here usually at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. But as you may already know, I had some technical difficulties with my camera. And so here we are. It is now 10 to 9, but we're still live. We're still here to play and get inky and have some fun. So after I got everything set up, I had to go to my comfort zone and get a cup of coffee. So I may regret this after the video. I may be up all night long crafting, but that's okay, right? There's worse things. So welcome. I hope you all had a fabulous holiday and a happy new year. And we are going to kick off January 1st with a fun video. We're going to make 2 cards tonight using 2 different techniques. And tonight I'm going to share with you how to add ink to embossed cardstock 2 different ways. So using simple tools, new product, retired product, whatever you have in your room. There is so many options for this. You're gonna love it and it is so easy. So Tracy, yes, coffee will settle my nerves because I was near tears because I don't like it when things don't work. But one thing I will say, I've learned from tonight's video, trust your gut, because I figured I could figure this out, but instead I second guessed and I went to Google and I went to AI and I went to all the places to try and get help to fix it. When in the end, I turned that all off and I did what I knew to do. So here we are. So trust your guts and persevere. There we go. Let's set that off to 2026 theme. All right. Happy New Year, Catherine. All right, everybody. We're going to make 2 really cute cards tonight. One's really cute, one's beautiful. So let me turn the camera down. Keep the comments coming, you guys. It's helping me calm down to read all your comments and know you're here with me, supporting me and understanding of technology's issues. So Happy New Year, Heather. All right, let me turn this down. Here's where it wasn't working before, but we got it now. So we're going to make 2 cards, as I mentioned. So the first one, let me just get all the bits and pieces. We are going to be using the, where did I put my stamps? Oh heavens, here we go. Okay, we're going to be using the Valentine Kisses. When things weren't working, things went flying around my desk. I have a mess, but we're going to go through it anyway. We're going to use the new Valentine Kisses bundle from Stampin' Up for the first card. And the embossing folder we're going to use is the upcoming Hearts of Love 3D embossing folder. Demonstrators are able to order this ahead of time. Customers, January 6th, this one comes live. So get excited because this is such a beautiful, beautiful embossing folder. Okay, first things first, let's go ahead and do some embossing. So I have a piece of Bubble Bath 2-tone cardstock. If you're not familiar, it is 2 tones of the same color. So let me just fold it so you can see it. Can you tell on the camera? This side is the darker side. This is slightly lighter. We're going to use the light side. So that means I want to put the light side on the side that has got the Stampin' Up. Okay, I hope so. I hope I'm not doing this wrong. I'm a little flustered. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to run this through the embossing machine. I don't have mine close at hand. It's one of the things that got toppled over there. So I'm just going to go off the camera here for a second. And I'm going to use my, my handy dandy electric one that's right here close. So give me 1 second. We'll emboss this up. Okay. Oh my. I love this bundle too, Tracy. It's so cute. Okay, so there we've got our embossed piece. Now you can see the raised hearts on it and the little dots. Isn't that fabulous? I just love this. Okay, so for this technique, for this one, we're going to use a brayer. So I have my really old school brayer. If any of you guys have been around with Stampin' Up for a while, you'll recognize this. They also had a more recent one. that was red or orange, and then we had foam ones. We've had all kinds, but this is the one that I love, so this is the one we're going to use. Heather, I have a Tim Holtz Vagabond. That's what I have for an electric one. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to use Bubble Bath ink. Okay, so remember, this is the Bubble Bath light side. I hope it's going to show up in the camera. So we're going to just add some ink to our brayer just by going across the ink pad. Now, this is such a light color that you're not going to be able to see the ink actually on here. But if you roll it just as a sample, you'll see how the color is coming off. So we'll do that one more time to get that ink back on there. Now, the trick with this is control. So the more pressure you put, the more ink that's going to come off of here. We don't want a ton of ink. We want it just to kind of brush over those hearts. So start off your paper. So make sure you have scratch paper below and just lightly go over your image. Do you see how that's popping out? Isn't that awesome? And then again, okay, now I did a little bit extra, a little more pressure on the edge. It is trickier on the edges. Don't worry about it. It's crafting, right? No stress, just crafting, unless your technology doesn't work. Okay, so anyway, that aside, we're gonna just, I missed a little bit here. So rather than just start, I can just start here, or I can stamp down here, but I'm gonna just kind of start here and go over. And now if I'm being very, very light-handed, so I can go back and forth. And you see how that's just getting darker and darker? Isn't that awesome? And it's so easy. So if you have a brayer, you can go ahead and do this technique with any embossing folder you have. So this is the one we're going to use tonight on our card, but let me show you some samples that I did just as an example. So here was one. I used the Sunflower 3D embossing folder. I used Darling Duckling cardstock with Darling Duckling ink over top just to highlight those raised parts. So there's one sample. Then I did the same embossing folder on red, okay, this heart, and then I used Craft white ink. Look at that one. I think I love this one the most. Isn't that fun? It just really makes those pop. Second one I did, this one's our third one, this one's a little different. So I used the embossing folder, you know, what is it called? Michelle probably knows the name of it. It came with the Cheers and Sips suite. They're the thinner ones. Anyway, I just did a partial emboss up here and then another one down here on Misty Moonlight cardstock, and then ran over the brayer with some craft ink on it to give you this look. Now this would make a simple card. You could put a little piece of DSP through the middle, or even just a punched out sentiment. So lots of different ideas you could do with this, but those are just some samples aside from the one we're going to use on our card. All right. So as I said, this is a quick and simple technique you can use with tools you likely already have on hand. Okay, now let's go back to our card. So I've got all the bits and parts here. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to take, now where did my sample go? There it is. Okay, we got Pretty in Pink. So we're using Pretty in Pink with Bubble Bath. We're going to take and attach our embossed inked up piece. Okay. And we're going to, oh, I missed some there. We're going to layer that onto our Pretty in Pink cardstock. Now, for those of you who found me again, thank you. I know I said I was going to be live at 9 and try, but I knew it was working and I didn't want a chance that it would stop. So, so here we are. Okay, so there is our embossed layered piece. I just love this technique, you guys. It's so easy, but it's so effective. So I've got a piece of thick basic white to a regular card base. Here in Canada, we use Imperial, so 8.5 by 5.5, letter paper cut in half, then scored in half. And if I grab my bone folder, there we go. The pink is so pretty, isn't it? Okay, now we're going to attach this to the front. This card's going to come together super quick and easy to you guys, because I love when beautiful cards come together quick and easy. Okay, so there we have the start of our card. Isn't that fun? I love it already. Then we're going to do some stamping, and I'm going to just open up my drawer here because we did see that in there still. And I'm going to grab my silicone mat, and I've got some of these cute, adorable little bears already punched out, or sorry, die cut out. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to stamp, first of all, before Denise ends up with pink ink everywhere. Let's grab a memento. Okay, I'll take that card. Okay, I feel the coffee starting to settle and starting to do its job, so getting the jitters out. Okay, let's go ahead. We're gonna snap this super sweet, adorable. Oh, look at, do you think I could do it? I don't know. If it was any other day and I hadn't had already so many issues, I would probably have just stamped that and went with it. But because I'm having a bit of a day today, or actually just this evening, I'm going to wipe that off and re-ink it. Light-handed, Denise, light-handed. There we go. Okay, now I'm just gonna move this down so I can see it a little better. And we're gonna line him up. Do you guys know the magic of this die? Oh my gosh, let me wait till you see it. Wait till you see it. It's so cute. Okay, right? So there he is stamped on this little piece. And look at his arm. So we can have flowers, or what we're gonna do, hi Jen, we're gonna stuff this little teddy in his arm. So just wait for it, it's so cute. I'm so glad you were able to find me again, Jen. I know I came back a little earlier than I had said because it was working and I didn't want a chance that it would stop. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna stamp this little teddy, a little baby bear on there. Okay, cool. Aren't they so cute, you guys? I just love them. All right, so before we do anything else, we're gonna grab a light crumb cake blend, and I'm just gonna color in, I'm gonna leave them as white bears because they look super cute when this card's finished. Just wait, you'll love it. And the inside of his ears. And then over here, we're gonna do his nose and his belly. Okay. Adorable. I love these little bears. So then what we're going to do, we're going to open up the arms of this sweet bear here, and we're going to tuck our little teddy bear, or baby bear, right in his arms. Like, are you guys falling in love with this? He's so cute. Okay, so now we have our big bear hugging our baby bear. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think of that. Okay, now I've got 2 die cuts already cut out. This is a stylish shaped circle. It's about 2.5 inches. And this is the Nested Essentials label, and it's about 1 3/4 wide this way. So if you're wanting to find out which one that is, that's how you can tell. Okay, so with black ink, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp the sentiment from Valentine Kisses that says, "Sending lots of love your way to celebrate this special day." Now this one, you know, you would think Valentine's Day because of the name of the stamp, but we're going to make something a little different today. So we're going to stamp that kind of off more to the right. Just like that, okay? And then before we put the ink away, I do have an insert. So I just want to do something real simple on here. And I'm just going to stamp this sweet little baby bear. Kind of over here, anywhere you want to put him. He's so cute. It just doesn't matter because as soon as you open and see him, they're gonna love it. Okay, let's just color his belly and his nose to match the one on the front. All right, now this is all gonna come together super quick. Let's move this for now so you guys can see a little better. So on the front, we are going to attach our stylish shaped circle. So for this one, I did use the 2-tone cardstock again, the Bubble Bath 2-tone, but I'm having the darker side show up on the top. So when you put them together like this, you'll see how the contrast. It's not a really bold contrast like the Pretty in Pink, but it's a nice contrast with the dark against the light. And it ties in beautifully with our embossed inked cardstock. So we've got that one, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to adhere this one down the label, and we're going to have it right down the center. And what I'm doing just for a visual is to make sure that the gap here is roughly the same as the gap on this edge. And don't stress, just eyeball it. Okay, so there we go. There's the start. Now we're going to take these sweet little guys. And of course, we need to do some bumpets. It wouldn't be a card here at Bird's Nest if there wasn't bumpets involved. So there we go. A little tip I'm going to tell you. If you want that baby bear to stay in place where he is and not, you know, pop out, go ahead and attach your bump it so that it's grabbing both the big bear and the little bear. Are you guys still with me? Comments have gone quiet. I just want to make sure nothing's happened and everything is still going live. Okay, so this little guy, he's going to go over here, covering up the end of that label like that. Oh my gosh, you guys, so cute. So the other die cut I had is the little heart that comes in the Valentine Kisses bundle. And again, it's the dark side showing on the top. And I'm going to grab some of this new ribbon that's coming out again on the 6th. So if you're not a demonstrator, you may not have seen it yet, but it's super fun. And of course it's pink. So I love pink. It's very thin. It's like 1/8 of an inch, which is sometimes difficult to work with. But what we're going to do here, it's actually perfect. So we're going to tie this bow. And it's not going to look very pretty at first, and that's okay. We'll make it look pretty. We'll just tweak it till we like it. Okay, so there we go. That's pretty good. I do need a glue dot, so don't mind me because everything is in front of my drawer here. Okay, when technology doesn't work, all things go awry. All right, so then we're going to take our glue dots and we're going to put one on the back of our bow. And we're going to place our bow right here. Okay. Then we're going to take a bump it. Oops, not 2 bump its. 1 bump it, and we're going to put it onto the back of our heart like this. And we're going to put that little heart right over top of the bows. Tracy, I know, you know what, at first, I'll be honest, the first time I did them, I colored the bears and I didn't like it. And so then I just thought, why not just be subtle with these bears? We can have like polar bears, right? It's crafting. We could color them blue. But no, I really like the simplicity of that too. So we've got that. Now we're going to do the inside. So I've started doing something I think is really fun. I started putting a colored piece of cardstock and the white insert in my cards because I just love the way it ties in with the front. And truthfully, I just love color and I love using my supplies, and so I think it adds a super fun element. So I've got that. So the pink, the pretty pink is 4 by 5 1/4, and the white is 3 3/4 by 5. And I just think it's fun. Does anybody else do that? Add this extra little layers in their cards. So cute. Okay, so there's the inside of our card and the front, and then I had some bling. Give me a moment. We can't have a card with no bling. Well, we can, but we're not going to. Where did it go? There it is. I want to use these iridescent pearls because they're so funny. Oh, thank you, Tracy, for the reminder. Yes, my coffee will be cold. I have a little element that plugs in, and I put it under my coffee to keep it warm. But of course, I wasn't prepared to be having coffee at 9 o'clock at night, so I don't have it here. Okay, let's go ahead and add some of these little pearls, and then I'm going to show you another technique for coloring your cardstock once you've embossed it, just to add an extra little element. I love using embossing folders to add texture to my cards, but adding the ink just gives it that much more. It kind of levels it all up. So there we are. There is card number 1. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this. It could be used for so many different things. It could be used for Valentine's Day. It could be used for a new baby. It could be used for like a little one for a birthday card. It's so many options with this sentiment, sending lots of love your way to celebrate this special day. So I love this card. I hope you guys do too. Leave me a comment and let me know. And we are going to move on to card number 2, which is going to be a totally different vibe, but the same sort of technique. Okay, there we have it. So for card number 2, oh, and here's my original. Not that it looks any different. They look pretty much the same. Thanks, Michelle. Okay, so the next card we're going to use the Sunflower 3D embossing folder. And we're going to pair it with the Retired Year of Flowers. You can use any stamp you have. I'm just using it for the sentiments because I love them. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to take out this beautiful, beautiful embossing folder. It's not available right now, but it will be back. And for those of you who don't know this, sunflowers are like one of my very favorite flowers. Sunflowers and daisies. So I love this folder. We're going to use a piece of 3 3/4 by 5 white. We're going to stick it in here and we're going to emboss it again. I'm just going to go over to my machine here and run that through real quick. Okay, so now we have this gorgeous embossed folder. Aw, thanks, Kimmy. Okay, here we are with the embossed sunflowers. You guys, it's beautiful, right? It's so pretty just like it is. I could almost just do a card like that, but we won't. I'm going to show you this fun technique. Okay, so for this one, we're not going to use the brayer. We are going to use sponge daubers, okay? Hopefully you guys have some of those in your stash. If you don't, you could use a piece of a sponge. You could even probably, if you really wanted to, use like a Q-tip. You can use one of those makeup pads. There's lots of different ways. All we want is something to get the ink on that's soft that we're going to put onto here. So for this card, I'm going to use Daffodil Delight, Old Olive, and Pecan Pie. We're going to start with yellow. So of course you could make these into Gerbers and you could do them any color like pink, but we're going to do them as sunflowers tonight. So I'm going to ink this up with my Daffodil Delight. Just make sure. So what I did there is I dabbed it off to get that like initial burst of ink off. You can see it kind of looks a little orange. I don't want that. So again, just like we did with the brayer, the amount of pressure you put is how much ink is going to go onto your card. So light pressure at first, getting a little darker as the ink wears out, or as you decide you actually do want it to be darker in that spot. So let's go ahead and we're just going to start up here on this sunflower. So again, this is not going to be precise. Okay, this is just us adding ink to the colored embossed cardstock. Okay. Super easy. That took me, what, 10 seconds? Love it. Now we're going to go over here. This one looks like it's petals. Down here. Really quick and easy. Just getting that yellow on here. That looks like a leaf, but these look like petals. And over here we have some more petals. And here as well. So this great big one. So I'm adding a bit more pressure now because the ink is getting a little less vibrant. Although you can see I didn't ink it up a lot and I'm getting quite a lot of ink out of here. So it's a really cool technique. Okay, so there's our yellowed sunflowers. Love it. Then we're going to go, let's go ahead and switch to pecan pie. All right. Okay, so again, we're going to ink this dauber up. Make sure your daubers are either clean before you start, so you're not getting old ink into a different color ink pad, or like I have here, I have these set aside for these particular colors. I had cleaned them, and then when I did my sample, I just kept them aside. So we're going to dab off some of that initial ink. And then for these ones, I do want it darker in the center, getting lighter. So I'm going to put more pressure when I get the center of the flower, and then easing off on the pressure as I spread it out. You see that? Isn't that cool? Okay, and then we're going to do it again. More pressure in the center, and then easing it out as we go out, just like that. There's a center up here, a little more tricky because we do have some petals around it, but it's okay. This isn't intended to be like a precise coloring. If you want that, then you're going to want to switch to something a little different. Maybe your blend markers, or, oh, I missed some petals. Now that I've flipped it up in the light here, I can see I missed a few yellow ones there, and I missed a couple yellow ones here. Okay. Now, lastly, I think I've got all the brown. We're going to switch to green. So I'm using Old Olive, as I mentioned. Make sure you grab the green one. We don't want to add pecan pie into our Old Olive. And then again, we're just going to add that green in where the leaves are. And you'll notice because the pressure is light, you're only hitting the ink on the raised parts. Now, yes, it does go on to the sunflower a little bit, but it kind of adds to the tone of the card. I think it's really pretty. And again, it's not supposed to be like a precise coloring job. It's just adding color to your embossed. But I think it is beautiful. What do you guys think? Isn't that fun? Love it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. If this is a new technique, something you've seen before. Maybe it's something like me that you used to use and kind of forgot about, because that happens, right? We have so many things coming at us. Sometimes we forget about the oldies and goodies. There's a little bit of green up here. Oh, thanks, Michelle. Isn't that fun? I just think that is so easy and such a great way to add color. And with these new 3D embossing folders, it makes the technique even more poppy. Is that a word? Maybe that's the coffee talking. More poppy. It makes it pop more. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and we're going to take our cardstock. Now, this was supposed to be Daffodil Delight. However, that to me looks like Darling Duckling. But you know what? We're just going to go with it. It's okay, right? No pressure. No pressure stamping. Okay, it's going to look pretty regardless, so... It was supposed to be Daffodil Delight. If you check out the blog post on Sunday at createwithbirdsnest.ca, you're going to see Daffodil Delight. The sample was made with daffodil, but here we are. We're going to use this one. Okay, so again, we're going to take, we have the two-tone Old Olive, and I believe they're both that way, so I'll show you this. No, dark and light. Do you see the difference in the tone? The Old Olive, I actually don't see as much difference as some of the other colors, but the back one is the dark one. That's what we're going to use. So I'm going to attach that. To the front. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to attach our embossed piece. So a little trick, if you have trouble getting your embossed piece to stick. I haven't had this issue in a while, so I don't know if it's our tape has gotten better or what. But if you do, just use your Tombow and make it attach. That way it kind of gets into all the little grooves. But this one seems to be working for me. So now if my brayer wasn't inked in pink, I could run that over to make it all flat, but there we go. Okay. Now I'm going to show you another new product that's coming out real quick, and that is this specialty rickrack in Old Olive. Oh my gosh, you guys, it is so pretty. It is so soft, and the suite that it's part of is adorable. I won't say any more. You'll be seeing it real soon, but it is adorable. So we're going to go ahead and just cut a piece of this rickrack. The ends fray. I'm not going to lie, the ends fray when you cut it. But you know what? It's part of the charm. I love it. So we're just going to trim that off just because it's not even. Okay. We have that. We're going to take a little bit of tear tape. We're just going to stick it on the card. Oh dear. Let's take that off there. I'm going to lay our rickrack down. It's kind of a fun word to say too, you know. Okay, now we're going to take a piece of 3 3/4, a piece of basic white that's 3/4 by 3 1/4, and I'm going to grab my pecan pie. You could do this in any color that coordinates, but the pecan just kind of is what I'm going to use. And we're going to take the Hoping Your Day Blooms with Happiness, and this again, if you missed the beginning when I showed it, is from the Year of Flowers stamp set. It is retired. But I just love the way, like the blooms with happiness with these beautiful flowers. I think it's perfect. So we're going to use that one. And again, I have to move it down here so it's a little bit easier for me to see the light on top of me. Oop. Ah, perfect. Okay. Yes, Michelle, I do too. It is, if I'm being honest, it is the whole reason I bought the stamps. I didn't even buy the dies. I just bought them because I loved the sentiments. So I'm going to use my Banners Pick-a-Punch. I love this. It's my very favorite tool. I use it, I think, like so often. Again, it's retired, but it's okay. We're going to use it anyway. And I'm just going to pop the edges. So I'm going to flag both edges. And my little tip when you're trying to not get into your words is to put it with the words down. That way, if you pop it through here, you're going to see if there's ink showing, don't punch it down. Okay. Trying to keep it even. There we go. Okay, so now we have our little banner. We're going to grab some more bumpets. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I don't know where there it is. My little tray for all the backings goes. Okay, so now we're going to take this, we're going to put it over top of our rickrack, but we're just going to have it popping out the sides a little so we can see it and adds that extra texture and that, you know, that, there we go. And if you wanted to, like you could just take your scissors and do this. Just make it extra little more. Okay. Now, let's go ahead. I saw some comments pop up and then they went away. So let me just go back to my screen here and see who's here. If I missed any comments or questions, I will answer them after. But there we go. That's the front. Now we're going to do something on the inside. So I'm going to go again. Like I said, I love the... Hi, Paula. I'm glad you found me now that I have sound too. So we're going to use the dark side again and we're going to layer on a piece of white just like we did in the bear card. Something seems off about this cut. I wonder if I didn't cut it quite right. 4, 5. Oh, I did it right. I don't know. Okay, maybe it's my eyes. Maybe it's my eyes. Okay, we're going to glue this on here. Now stay tuned till the end of the video because I have some little info to share with you guys about what's happening at Bird's Nest Designs and some things I have planned. Okay, we're going to go ahead. We're going to attach that to the inside of our supposed to be Daffodil Delight, but actually Darling Duckling card. And then we're going to take some pecan pie and we're going to stamp Happy Birthday in the inside because I think this is a beautiful birthday card. Just like that and done. Oh no, we're not done. I lied. We got to add some bling. So for this one, and I'm sorry, I didn't check to see if these are still current or not. I don't know. I like to just use whatever is at hand and whatever goes. So I'm using the Opal Rounds assortment and I love these little yellowy colored ones. So we're going to use those and we're going to pop them onto our card. There we go. Wherever you see fit. So just have some fun with your bling. I do want to be able to mail this, so I don't want to put them on top of the already raised spots because that might cause some reason for concern. Oh, okay, awesome. Thanks, Tracy. She said yes, they're in the annual catalog, so they're still available. Wonderful. Okay, so there is card number 2, and here this one, remember, is on Darling Duckling. There's our one that's on Daffodil Delight. They both look pretty nice to me. I don't know. What do you guys think? Oh, and you know what? I forgot one more thing. I forgot one thing that I did that was like, it was kind of like the aha, level this card up moment. I took my Wink of Stella. Yeah, that's it. I found I had a white Wink of Stella in my collection the other day. It must have been something we had a while ago that I forgot about. But anyway, we're going to take a Wink of Stella and we're going to add some of that to the center, like this, whatever this part of the flower is. The outer center. And it's just, I don't know if you guys can see that in the video. Can you see that sparkle? Oh, so beautiful. There we go. Okay, so there's the cards. So pretty with that sparkle sparkle. Now there again, here's one we made tonight with the Darling Duckling. Here's one on Daffodil Delight. A little more, I don't know what you want to call this, brighter, I guess, the card. But they're pretty, they're very nice. And depending on how you have your folder is going to be how the images come out. But there is card number 2. So this one we used with ink. So we embossed our cardstock and then we inked it with sponge daubers and ink pads. And then where's card number 1? We made this sweet little bear card. And for this one, we used the ink and a brayer. So there's 2 different ways that you can ink your embossed cardstock to level it up. Really, really simple. And I hope that you guys liked these cards tonight. So let me come back onto the screen. Just gonna put those away. Oh my gosh, I can't even find my keyboard, you guys. Whew. Oh, I want to show you some samples first. So I did some other samples of coloring with the sponge daubers. Let me show you those first. So on this one, look what I did. I just went over the bigger hearts and then around the edge with the sponge dauber. And then, because I thought, why not do a hybrid? I took the embossing or the brayer and I went over that as well. So that is a fun little technique. You could do a hybrid of the 2. And then this one, I can't remember what this embossing folder is called, but check that out. Doesn't that one like totally like just level that embossing folder up? Love it. So I've added some Misty Moonlight, Pool Party, and Petal Pink to this one. So some ideas, some samples for you guys to play around with in your craft room. Maybe give your, pull out your inks and your daubers, brayers, and get a little inky and messy. Okay, let me come back on the camera here. Hello, hello. All right, coffee is definitely kicking in. It is going to be a late night, guys. But that's okay. I don't have to work tomorrow, so that's okay. Let me just read through the comments. Kim likes them both. So does Heather. Okay, thanks, ladies. So nice. I'm so glad that you guys were able to find me here. I'm sorry for the technology difficulties before, but we are going to kick off January 2026 with some crafting fun regardless. And I hope you guys had fun with me this evening. So going forward, I just wanted to give you a little bit of a breakdown on what's happening here at Bird's Nest. I'm going to continue with my lives at 8 p.m. each Thursday. I'm going to have a little bit of a rhythm and a flow to these lives though. First one is going to be a technique. So every first Thursday, come back here. We're going to learn a fun technique together. We're going to do some stamping and just have some fun. Some of the techniques I'm going to share are ones that have been in my vault for a long, long time that I have forgotten about, and I'm so excited to share with you guys. Some of them are going to be newer, more trendy with newer products and stuff like that, but we're going to have fun every first Thursday of the month. The second Thursday, this one is so exciting. This is what I love because it's about sketches and layouts, and that is my, like, I just love them. I love to take a sketch and turn it into something beautiful. So a little preview here, if you may. Every second Thursday is going to be sketch night, and we're going to create a few cards, not just one. Why just do one? We're going to create a few cards using the sketch that I've designed. And this is the one for January. So I've got these little templates all set out. We're going to have some fun. We're going to use these sketches and you're going to see them through and through again if you follow me here on Bird's Nest Design. So make sure to hit that little bell so you get notified when we're live. Share the video with your friends. Invite them to come join us too. The more of us here, the merrier. Now the third Thursday of the month is going to be fun folds, because who doesn't love a fun fold, right? We all like to just pull those little fun folds out of our pocket once in a while and make something different. The fourth Thursday, I'm kind of up in the air yet. I haven't quite decided. I'm thinking it's just going to be kind of a stamp on the fly, create from your stash, that kind of thing. So that one's kind of up in the air. But if you guys have any ideas of what you'd like to see, leave it in the comments. I will read them. I will consider them all. But the fourth Thursday is kind of up in the air at the moment. I'm leaning towards kind of a stamp on the fly and craft from your stash, pulling out some oldies and goodies. So there's that. And then if there is a fifth Thursday, like there is in January, that's going to be a bonus night. We're just going to have fun. We're going to do something. I don't know. It's not going to be planned because it only happens once in a while. But we're going to have a lot of fun on Thursday. So make sure to mark your calendars and come back here at 8 p.m. Thursday. That's Central Standard Time. It is always Central Standard Time here in Saskatchewan. We do not change our clock. So it will always be Central Standard Time. But yeah, that's my plan. Going forward, I'm hoping to pre-sell some kits for the month ahead. So if you buy the kit, then you'll be able to create along with me for each of the lives. Now, it's probably only going to be available to Canadians. I can't sell outside of the country. However, the PDF will also be available, so you could pre-cut your parts and join with me. Do you guys like that idea? Do you think that would be fun, that you could create along with me? Or if you can't join me live, you'll have them to watch the video and make along. Of course, in my true fashion of craft from your stash, you'll be able to interchange those stamp sets, embossing folders, and things like that for with whatever you have in your collection. As you can see behind me, I have a lot of stamps to choose from, so you could use anything you want. Bonus night, Jennising, suggest treat holders. Oh my gosh, those would be fun, wouldn't it? Maybe some scrapbooking mixed in with some treat holders. I love them both. So that's a really good suggestion, Jennifer. All right, you guys, that's kind of what you have to look ahead for. I hope that you're excited. I really am. I'm excited to get back into a routine, back into some kind of rhythm, and back stamping with each and every one of you. As I mentioned earlier, perseverance, right? That's what we're going to work on for 2026. And yeah, there we go. So I hope you guys all have a lovely evening. Think of me while I'm up probably way past midnight, crafting my heart away, letting the coffee do its thing. And again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for coming back here and spending part of your Thursday evening and your New Year's Day with me. I hope to see you again next Thursday. Until then, have a wonderful night. Cheers!